Metamora Redbirds being escorted back into town with their Class 3A state championship. Again, we are relying off the cell phone service, so any possible buffering is very possible, but as you see, the parade finishing up as they've made their way into the town limit. Route of 116 as the rest of traffic follows in behind. The Class 3A state champion of Metamora Redbirds have made their way into town. So they will be here shortly. We will step aside, and when we come back, Metamora Redbirds will return to Tepke Gym with their state championship trophy.
We're going to start with the Redbirds cheer team. It's time to meet the champs. We're going to start with the coaching staff. If they can hear me, we'll go on this order. Started with Metamora High School Director of Athletics, Jerry Hart. think the first thing that ought to be is a round of applause for your IHSA boys basketball 3A state champion. That was fantastic, so we'll let you sit down and recruit for another round of applause later. Good afternoon, we welcome those that are joining us online and through YouTube. It's certainly an honor for you to be here. We're thankful for you, your support, and all the things that are going on so far. This historic accomplishment and this weekend. My phone came back. Sorry. We're going to go through several different introductions and things. Myself, our principal, Charlie Zimmerman, our superintendent, Sean Lockwood. We're going to hear from Coach David Greaves. We're going to hear from our senior captains. And so, as we go through this, everybody's going to kind of add a little mix to this as we go. So, but to start with, I'd like to thank a couple people that are important to me. I need to thank my wife and my daughters for the support and helping me. I need to thank our administrative team. You're going to hear from our principal, Charlie Zimmerman, our superintendent, Sean Lockwood. Equally important are our contributions of our assistant principals, Kevin Holt and David Webb, and our director of student services, Dr. Jennifer Jewell. Lastly, I want to thank you and our MTHS community for your strong support of our boys basketball team, cheer team, and all of our athletic programs. Congratulations and thank you. Since March 12th, 2022, I think you had added everything. Pressure, no pressure, target, expectations, attention, not enough attention. It's been different. And what I think you showed, and hopefully maybe learned, was that the foundation was what was still mattered. Here's what I saw from you as the foundation for winning a championship. Defense, taking charges, sharing the ball, finding the open player, studying, scouting, preparing, being a good person, thinking about others, saying please and thank you, and working hard. As painful as last year was, it was also the genesis to becoming state champions. You accepted all these challenges, grew as athletes, and developed as individuals, and because of that, you are state champions. Congratulations. I want to take a moment. I want to thank a couple of groups that are with us on most nights here in Temple Gym. That would be our cut band and our dance team. Let's give them a round of applause. Players, cheerleaders, and MTCO students, we're proud of how you and yourselves conducted yourself this weekend. We hope you have time to enjoy the experience. The memories will last a lifetime. Thank you for representing our school, our community, and our conference with class, teamwork, and sportsmanship, and really putting ourselves again on the map of the state of Illinois. Lastly, a few words to our players. Please make a mental note to thank those who have taken time and invested in you, your coaches, your parents, your family members, your teammates. You know who those people are. Take time to say thank you to them. At this time, I'd like to introduce our principal, Mr. Charles Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being a part of this wonderful community and helping support our boys basketball team. I'm honored to be principal of the best high school in the state of Illinois. First and foremost, I want to thank the players and coaches for this exciting ride to bring a state basketball championship home to MTHS. Thank you. Second, I would like to thank the students, staff members, community members, and parents for your support of our team this year. It was great to see all of the red and white at the State Farm Center last night. Now I'd like to recognize some special individuals for their support. When I say your group, please stand. If you drove a player to practice as a freshman or sophomore, if you prepared a meal for a member of this team, if you did a load of laundry for a team member, if you helped support a fundraiser for the team, if you helped a team member with their schoolwork, if you attended a game this year, please stand. This year our school motto has been ROW, which stands for Redbirds Outwork. This team exemplifies that motto in more ways than one. Exactly 365 days ago, the work for this season began. The team committed to the process and they trusted their coaches. Throughout the course of this summer and school year, there have been countless hours put in by this group of individuals to get where they are today. We all were able to see the final product at the State Farm Center last night, but I want to talk more about the grind that got them here. Chances are, if you were in the building at all hours of the day, you would find a player working on their craft. These young men committed to the weight room and spent the after hours late at night to transform their bodies to battle the entire state of Illinois. Not just the commitment to the weight room, but also getting the shots up here in the gym. I oftentimes saw coaches and players working early mornings at 6 a.m. and late nights to get in a few more shots. Finally, this group was committed to each other, and they wanted to give their very best, not for themselves, but for the team. This group truly exemplifies how Redbirds outwork. As a human being, life is all about the ups and downs, the ins and outs, and the twists and turns, and the ability to be resilient. In the semifinal game, these young men were down 10 in the third quarter. This group did not flinch. There was not a sense of panic or an ounce of bad thoughts running through their minds. They had a look of grit and determination. When their back was against the wall, they rallied together and came together as a group to persevere. In the championship game, this group was down 9. Their backs once again against the wall. Again, no doubt was in their eyes or in their mind. They trusted each other, their coaches, and the commitment they had to one another to persevere. Tough times don't last, but tough people do, and this team will last. Their legacy to this community is quite impressive. Back-to-back state championship appearances and a state championship trophy is just the start. But their legacy will be much more than that. They are going to be remembered as players who console the other team after a loss, students who work hard in the classroom and do the right thing, young men who lend a hand to their opponent during battle to help them off the ground, players who show up to watch the 7th grade state championship game. And finally, young men who take the time out of their day after winning a sectional championship to show up on Saturday morning to support the b-ball program. close your eyes for a second. Picture yourself as a 6, 7, or 8-year-old little human being in your driveway, your backyard, shooting hoops or playing ball. And think about who you were emulating or trying to be. Take a second and remember that moment. Now, if you could open your eyes and look at these young men right here on the floor, guess what, gentlemen? You are now the ones being emulated. That is what legacy and community are all about. Coach Breeze and your staff, thank you for your commitment to these young men and their families. It's quite impressive. And we thank all of you for everything that you do. I hope you all can take a second to reflect on this day and take a deep breath and take it all in because it's quite impressive. How about another round of applause for our state champion Redbirds? Thank you all for being here today. Next up is Superintendent, Mr. Sean O'Loughlin.
A minute ago, Mr. Hart, our athletic director, spent some time thanking all the administration. I want to pause a moment, though, and thank the guy who's probably here in this building more than anyone else. AD Jared Hart puts in hours upon hours. I also want to echo that thank you to everyone that AD Hart and Principal Zimmerman pointed out. I also want to add to that list a thank you to our awesome Board of Education. We'd like to recognize President Melissa Heil, Vice President Jay Springer, and members Paul Dean, Diane Grevner, Stephanie McAllister, Chris Miller, and Wendy Vogel for their support in all of our amazing programs, including our state champion boys basketball. There's not much else to say about our coaching staff other than we know without you, without your dedication, your talent, your wisdom, your knowledge, your inspirational leadership, we would not be here. Again, thank you so much, coaches, for everything you've done for our team. Most importantly, I also want to thank our players for an amazing, historic season. In my house, we talk about a lot one of our family mantras that with time, desire, and effort, you can accomplish virtually anything. All of you have lived into this motto, and you are now part of state basketball history. The philosopher William Durant riffed on Aristotle when he said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." You know, win or lose, we support you, and we've got your back. Last year, in this gym, we had a community member with a very, very nice sign. It said, "Second in state, but first in our hearts." Well, this year, I could not be more proud and more excited to say, first in state and first in our hearts, congratulations. Coach Breeze, if you could make your way up to the podium, we're going to transition to you, sir. Before Coach Breeze takes the mic, just to give you a quick summary, he arrived here in 2011. He has over 500 career victories and 242 wins at Metamora Township High School. He's been a part of 4 conference championships, 4 regional championships, 3 sectional championships, 2 super sectional championships, a runner-up, and now a state championship.
When I got here 12 years ago, we had won a state championship the year before. He told me don't have those same expectations. And I told him, well, you got the wrong guy for the job. Because that's what we're going to do every day, try to prepare to go win it all. We came up a little bit short last year, and I met him right on the court, and I told him, look, all right, we're going to get back here, but you're going to have to do certain things. You got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. All right? You know, we got guys like Tucker gained 30 pounds of muscle. We got guys like Swanson gained 18. The list goes down. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't let him drink. You know, I always thought that if you build it, they will come, and all the credit goes to these kids because they just bought in like nobody's business. And then they follow the best coaching staff in the state. Stand up, fellas. Get your hand up. Given week, you know, they do all the work, I try to stay out of the way. They sure do make me look good. But they're part of the process. You know, you can't cheat the process. And as we've been here day in and day out, year in, year out, we just kept getting better. So when we first got here, and I see a bunch of guys sitting right over here, my ex-players, you know, it was those guys that started the process. We would never got there. We didn't have those guys early on to believe. All right, but as I take a look at the younger guys coming up, I challenged them right after the game. I said, "You guys are up next. You know, going to state tournament, it's kind of a habit for me." How fun was that? But I told them from the get-go, you got to believe, and they sure did. Because if you don't believe in yourself and what you're doing, you got nothing. But I will tell you this, they're some of the hardest working, nicest kids, and at times, you don't want a whole lot of nice kids at all. Can't you give me one bad guy? You know, cause a little problems. These guys have been unbelievable, you know. And as far as I'm concerned, we have the #1 basketball school in the state. Give it 2 claps. We got to work on that. Give it 2 claps. All right. But in order to get here, you know, my journey's been long, and I've had some great coaches along the way. Coach Boyle, when I was at Peoria Central High School. But even before that, when I was a 3rd grader at Biddy basketball, down by Taft Homes, there was a guy named Terry Knapp, right there. Give him 2 claps. And he was coaching my brother's team, and I was watching him and I went, man, that's the craziest guy I've ever met. But everything he said was just like, I took it in like a sponge, you know? And I go, man, that guy knows what he's talking about. So all throughout my career, he's followed me around. You know, we went to Mississippi when I lived there. He'd come down every year and watch games. You know, so the influence that you have on people, sometimes you don't see right away. The influence these guys right here have on the younger kids in this community is just amazing. All right, and that's what truly that being in a program like this is all about. You know, so I can't thank you enough. I can take very little of the credit. The credit is sitting right over there amongst those people. And the credit goes to you people. We, by far, have the greatest fans in the whole state. Give yourselves 2 claps. So all I can say is thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Hi, Nikki, how you doing? Give me 2 claps. That's where my heart and soul is. You know, these guys said at the beginning of the year, we're going to wait for her. And I think Mason was the first one that verbalized it. Going, man, we don't mean that. And then we lost 2 out of 4 games. Dedicated season for somebody not winning. But I'll tell you what, they never wavered. You know, they never wavered. We took them all over the country to play. We played the best team in the state of Texas. We played the best team in the state of Florida. And they just, you know, it didn't matter who they played. It didn't matter who played in the sectional, the regional, the super sectional. They were on a mission. And these guys, I would follow them anyway. I'd love to have them in my foxhole when we have to go forward. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much for coming and supporting our team and our program. Thank you. Sorry about that. Justin Day, come on out here. This guy here, I started coaching when he was about this tall. Alright? Me and his dad coached Pee-wee teams. We never lost a game, we won. Alright? We won every championship. You know, people think that I'm a hell of a coach. You know what? This guy runs it all. I'm just the face of the program. You know, they gave him credit the other night for making this play, and they made a shot at the program. He calls that a play. So why did you mention that? You know? Then on the defense and the substitutions, you know. Who does that? That ain't me. You know? All they got to do is stand up there and look good. This guy here reminds me a lot when I was a young guy. You know, full of energy, working around the clock 90 hours a week. This program would be nothing without this guy. Let's give him a big hand.
Okay, Tyler, Ethan, Drew. So we are very excited to hear some words from our captains, so they will take the mic.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for getting us in this situation again. You know, I think it's the first time we made it this day, and make it back to back. It's crazy, you know. It's amazing feeling. Second, I want to thank my family, my mom over there especially. I just love it with all my heart, especially my dad over there, my brother, and thank you guys. Next, I want to thank the fans. You guys are the best fans to say. I really love my heart. We got the best student section and the best parents, best everything when it comes to you guys. I love you guys, my coaches. We just as a team, we're a family now. This lasts forever. This is something I'll never forget, and this will stay with me forever. Love all you guys.
my family came over here 5 years ago, and it was unbelievable. The support you guys have for us. And I want to thank this team, and all these 4 years we've been out just amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. And these coaching staff, and we have the best coaching staff in the state, not even nationally. Justin did an amazing job with us scouting for it. These guys never sleep, and they're always out watching us film somehow. And I can't thank you guys enough, man. These 4 years have been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you all the fans and the community that were there the entire season cheering us on. None of the success would be possible without you guys, so we can't thank you enough as a team and organization for coming out every single game and supporting. The amount of hours spent in and out of practice, creating the best situation for our team and succeed the underappreciated, and that's definitely our coaches. And I don't think they get enough recognition for what they do for our whole program. And so I just want to give a big round of applause for them. Getting us prepared and ready for our opponent is awesome. And I just want to thank our team and just say how proud I am of us bouncing back after a heartbreaking loss. And we could easily just folded and felt sorry for ourselves and done nothing about it. But we didn't. We bounced back, and no one worked harder than we did. Hit the weight room, in the gym constantly, and nothing about our 34-2 record came easy. And I'm just super thankful to have a great group of guys. I love every single one of you, and we'll be family forever. Thank you.
And I want to introduce one more speaker, Brian Jones.
Hey guys, I didn't really have anything prepared for this. It's kind of a last second thing, and I just want to start off by thanking all of our fans. You guys are just easily the best in the state. You guys are incredible. Secondly, I want to thank Coach Justin Dane and Coach Danny Reeves for just being always there for us. You know, they truly are the best coaches in the state. Justin Dane, I don't know a man smarter in the sport of basketball than him. He is fantastic, and he deserves so much more credit than me. Another thing goes out to our ex-captain, Zach Schroeder, and Luke France. Those guys are incredible. They truly did put us on this path and showed us the way. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than Mark Means, you might stand up for me. Got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer about a month ago, and I don't think I've ever met a better man in my life, and I thank him so much for setting me on this path and just being the man I am today. Thank you so much.
I just want to say, Brian Rowe doing that, he came every day to practice, he picked up blood on that scout team, and he worked the ball. I mean, he did a good job go through all that pressure he had with his dad. And, man, I love you, Mark and Reed, man. You're an honor to me, and so are you, bro. You're my idol, man.
In a second, we're going to have Alex Stott come back up. He's going to introduce our actual basketball team, player by player, and we'll get to a clap for them. But before we do that, we want to just kind of recognize some of our VIPs. Sometimes they're very out front, and sometimes they're not. But when we have a home game, when we have a home basketball season, when we have extracurriculars and athletes here at MTHS, there's a lot of things going on in the background. And some of these people do tireless work and endless effort, and they need to be recognized. Our bench personnel, the voice of the Redbirds, Eric Gardowski, Darryl Laundrie, Kelly Kanega, and Ryan Schrock. If you guys have heard the applause on this, we can name everybody off. Our Redbird replay working today, right now, and we appreciate that. Led by Scott Kirker, Colton Taylor, Tom Hagan, and Neil Hagan. We have some people that do laundry endlessly here, all the time. And that is Corey Schumann, Tommy Boyd, and Bonnie Campbell. My administrative assistant, Darcy Gold, and our entire office staff and administrative assistants that did everything this week from help, like find things that we needed, to organizing t-shirt sales, to then selling the t-shirts, to just a number of things. Our administrative assistants and the help we received this week was fantastic. Second to last is our janitorial staff and our maintenance staff. When we ask things to happen, obviously you can see half of our floor is missing and half of it is still here. Our janitorial staff and our maintenance staff were exceptional. We were able to do a lot of amazing things in a very short time frame and still be able to use this facility and continue all of our programming, all of our sports through just a real lousy experience when we have a water flood break happening over Christmas break. Our last group I want to recognize is the group against the wall back here that are going to have some cake and punch sports here a little bit. Our MTHS Sports Music Club supports all of our extracurricular athletic sports. If you could just give that group there a round of applause. At this time, let's welcome Alex Stott back. We're going to meet the Metamora Redbird basketball team.
I do want to get one thank you, and I know nobody wants to hear from me right now, but Mr. Hart mentioned Gary Baranowski as the voice of the Redbirds. I think he does an awesome job. Let's give him a round of applause. We're going to start with the assistant coaches. We'll stand up and have you guys remain standing until we finish through everybody. Justin Dayton. Jordan Patrick Hall. James Taylor. Managers, Vince Brown. Anthony Williams. Let's go through the players. Noah Taylor. Colin Randall. And Jake Walker. The varsity roster starting off with number 1, Avery Grebner. Number 3, Ashton Green. Number 5, Matthew Silver. Number 10, Tyler Mason. Lost my spot. Number 11, Caden Harden. Number 12, Kendrick Shaffer. Number 12, Number 14, Luke Hunt. Number 15, Nick Walker. Number 20, Jack Hesse. Number 21, Ethan Kaiser. Number 14, Tyson Swanson. There's my spot again. 24, Drew Tucker. 23, Devin Dunn. Number 30, Pryor Cremeen. Number 24, Drew Tucker. Number 32, Sam Buchholz. The order is atrocious, but we got that, everybody. And why not one more time? Head coach, Danny Green. So one last round of applause this year. champions.
Special groups that need to be recognized. So, I know some of these people just sat down. If you are a parent of a player or a cheerleader, I ask you to stand up. If you are a grandparent of a player or a cheerleader, I ask you to stand up. You're a special group. Thank you for the miles and the meals and the everything that goes with this season. Thank you so much for your investment in our student athletes and our school. Let's recognize our parents and grandparents. With that, I would like to offer you in just a second some of that wonderful cake and punch at the back of the gym. But if we could have one more round of applause for our MTCO boys basketball.
Well, there you have it. Today's ceremony has wrapped up for your Class 3A state champion, the Metamora Redbirds. We'll do it for our coverage here today from Kepke Gym. We're not done this season. We'll still have our final Danny Green show and a couple of other specials coming up. But for everyone here at MTCO, Tom Hagan, Neil Hagan, partner Scott Kirker, this is Colton Kaler signing off from today's celebration for Metamora Redbirds, our Class 3A state champions.